Hey, everybody! I hope everyone has been having a great week. Yesterday, I decided to take a day off from going live and give some people time to catch up. I know a lot of people joined the group this week, and we're all very busy moms, and so I thought, I don't want anyone to feel overwhelmed. I want it to be helpful in some way, so I thought I'll take day 3 off, let people catch up on the videos. If you want to do the scavenger hunt, you should get the emails. If you're not getting emails for the scavenger hunt, make sure you sign up. And if you have signed up and you're not getting them, please reach out to me. The scavenger hunt is giving you little tasks to do every day based on the videos, and you can earn points, and basically you earn prizes based on the points you get. You could win prizes based on the points you get. So yeah, I'm like, it's 100 degrees where I'm at right now and I'm dying. It's so hot. But let me go ahead and share this to our group really quick. Let's see here. Anyways, if you are online, I need some water, say hello, give me some hearts, some reactions, or something like that, so I know you're on with me. If you watching the replay, say hi anyway. I like to know that you're here and getting everything out of this that you can. I'm going to, right now I'm live in my business page, I guess you can call it, and I'm going to share it to the group. So if you're on this and you're not in the group, do join us. So let's see, to our group. The group is called Mothering Unapologetically, and it should be in the description of this video. So if you're on live, say hello. Let me know you're here. Sometimes it tells me and sometimes it doesn't, so not super helpful is that. Alright, so today we are talking all about stress management. Basically all the topics that we're talking about this week I could talk about forever, but I'm calling it a mini course just so we can do like the very much like overview basics, and then whatever anyone wants a little bit more of, please let me know and I can do some. I plan on doing some little bonus videos for you too on different subjects. So I know time blocking was a big one. If anyone needs me to go over time blocking a little more, or how I can do like a tutorial on the program I use to make my time blocking work and all that stuff, please, please, please let me know. I want everything to work out for you. Today is all about, today is all about stress management. And as a psychologist, I could talk about this forever, just like I could talk about time management forever, but I want to just keep it basic, things that you can implement today or this week. And I wanted to talk a lot about how stress management, usually people think of stress as being bad or negative, and a lot of stress we actually need in our life in order to get things done. So we can't just live in this like utopia, oh, everything's so happy and free-flowing and wonderful. That's just not very realistic, right? So a little bit of stress helps us, like having a deadline and making sure things are done by a certain time. That little bit of stress like increases our productivity to get things done. But it's when your stress like goes over this tipping point that it makes it unhealthy for you, for your body, for your well-being, and it affects everything in your life, right? It affects not only your own well-being, but it affects your relationships with your partner, with your children, with your family, with your coworkers. It affects your job. It affects your mood, everything, right? So let's find some ways to turn that around. So a few questions to ask yourself are, how is stress playing a role in my life right now? Like, what is stress doing that it's affecting you? And you can have how it's affecting you in a good way. Maybe it's like making sure you're getting stuff done, and how it's affecting you negatively. Think about those things. And then, do you want the amount of stress in your life to change? Most of us probably want to be less stressed. And what things in your life are the most stressful? So I know for me, when I work full-time, I was also taking a full-time and part-time doctorate classes. Also working on my dissertation. I have an online coaching business. I have a 2-year-old, doing all the things. I try to manage it well with the time management strategies that I talked about on day 2. So if you haven't watched that video and you need support in time management, definitely watch that. Comment with any takeaways on all these videos and any questions, and I will definitely go back and read the comments and help you out there. But basically, managing my time was huge. So whenever I was misaligned, which I call being stressed as misaligned, like something's not right. And it's usually because I'm not following my time blocking. I'm not taking care of myself. I have a morning routine and evening routine. And if I don't, not that I need to follow it super religiously or like, oh my God, I didn't do this in this order where I get all like stuck on it, but I follow it in a sequence where that makes me a more productive human being. And so when I'm not doing certain things in my routine, which tomorrow I will talk with you about routine, which I actually call rituals, because the things I do on purpose, and they relieve a lot of stress in my life. And we'll talk a lot about more about that tomorrow. But basically, when I'm feeling stressed, even though I have all these things going on, I have so many things put in place to reduce the possibility of stress that even when I get a curveball or five, I can manage it and work through it and keep staying on pace the best that I can. And also giving myself grace, like give yourself a rest. Like if it's too much and you need a rest, like you don't have to be going in order to be successful, or like seemingly that you have it all together. That's not really fair, and that's just not human, right? So another question is, which of these things can you change? So if there is something stressing you out, what about it can you change? I know someone had mentioned that having a messy house causes them a lot of stress and anxiety, and I totally get that. On one day this week, we're going to be talking about decluttering your life, kind of how to minimize, how to stay decluttered, how to do it the best that you can. And that really, really helps with stress. I don't think we realize how much clutter and things and material things and stuff around us actually just make us vibrate at a lower level and bring us stress without even realizing it. And then what strategies do you utilize to decrease feelings of stress? Do you have strategies in place that are working for you, that when you are feeling stressed that they bring you back down? Or are you really struggling that you're stressed and you just kind of go into a dark hole for a little bit, for maybe an hour or a day or a week or whatever it is that you really need support with? So basically for me, stress management was crucial. Not only am I a psychologist, like I work with stress management and coping strategies with my one-on-one clients, with my group coaching, and my online coaching is really important to me. I do it as a coach and not as a therapist. At work, I do it as a therapist or a counselor, and for my online business, I do it as a coach, because I don't want to say this is a replacement for therapy, but that's really, really important to be able to manage your stress, and finding someone to help you come up with those coping strategies if you are not able to do it yourself. Hopefully this mini course really helps you find those strategies that work for you. I'm going to give you some tools and things that work for me. And if you need more than that, to seek the support that works best for you to that level that you need it. So the first thing you need to do is come up with a list of things that make you stressed. Can't talk, so I got a text. I was like, my brain is like a squirrel. So I call it identifying triggers. That's what I call it with my clients. Identify the triggers, what makes you stressed. Someone commented in our group that a messy house makes them stressed. Totally makes sense. For me, it's when it's the end of the school year, right? So not only is it the end of school year for my work, it's also the end of school year for school, because I'm in school as a student. The end of the school year is also my daughter's birthday, and I try to do something special for her, so there's a lot of planning with that. There is a lot of things, like deadlines with work that need to get done, deadlines with school that need to get done. I had to finish my dissertation. I had to defend my dissertation. I had to finish all my reports for work. I had to close everything up. I had 3 family members pass away within a month during that same time period. Just like craziness hit the fan. But I realized after and during, like, I'm managing my stress so well. And it's because I have come up with these coping strategies. So come up with whatever identifying triggers work for you. So like I was saying, all that stuff that comes out at the end of the year, every year my stress level is so high compared to the rest of the year, because there's just so much to do and so little time. And also, being able to have and find quality time with my family and just be able to relax. It's hard to come by, and I need to schedule it into my life. in order to reduce my stress, but at the same time, not schedule too much of it because I need to get things done, right? So, identify your triggers. That is one of mine. And strategies. So I'm going to talk about a few strategies that are really helpful for most people. And if you have any strategies that work for you, please comment them, because the more strategies, the more you say, like, this is what works for me, could also help somebody else. And if you have any questions or any takeaways, like aha moments, please comment that below, because it's really, really helpful for people watching and for me to know like what works for you and what doesn't. So strategies for me are, there's a couple. So journaling is really important. And it's not like you need to keep a diary or anything. And if you want journal prompts, you know what, I will let me know in the video. And if you do, remind me and as a comment, and I will put a bunch of journal prompts that are really, really helpful in our group. And it's just like you get a prompt and you just write whatever comes to mind. Some people don't have time to write because you have little ones going around, or sometimes, you know, we have a little too much caffeine or coffee and you have all these ideas in your brain. And so what I do, if I don't have time to journal, I record my ideas onto my phone, just like using the voice memo app, and that really gets it out of my brain, and it just feels very cathartic. It could be positive, it could be negative, it could be a rant, it could be whatever you want, but it's really, really helpful to just kind of get it out. So journaling, or I don't know if you want to call it voice notes, something like that really helps. We talked a lot about affirmations on day 1, so during the mindset talk. So affirmations are really important, so that when you're feeling really stressed out, you have an affirmation or a mantra that really, really works for you. And sometimes that changes. So when I was talking about the end of the school year, things are getting crazy, I don't think anything's going to get done, then my mantra is, it will get done. I just say, it will get done, it will get done, it will get done. And when you have that positive vibration, you're living at a higher vibration in your life, and you just start doing the actions that need to take place in order to make it happen. And it happens. And you just say it will get done. And you do whatever affirmations work for you. So I posted a bunch during the Monday, day 1. And there's also, in that video description, there are 2 links to some card decks, and each of those card decks has a huge deck of great affirmations. So if you just like need something that day, you can pick a card and read it to yourself, and if it resonates with you, that can be your mantra or affirmation for the day. Super important. Breath work is huge. I can do a whole training on breath work. The way we breathe makes a huge, huge, huge difference in our energy. So for my one-on-one clients who feel a lot of anxiety, I teach them to breathe by taking a deep breath, holding it for a count of 3, and releasing it. And like when they release it, they're releasing their tension, they're releasing any, like if they have tight fist or like a tightness in their chest or their stomach, wherever they feel tightness, I have them label it, put their hand on it, and when they breathe out, they release. They're thinking about releasing the tension in that spot that it is, and they do it 10 times. That's to give you a release of stress, anxiety. It's really helpful. It's probably annoying to do at first, but then you like realize you're feeling tense, that you're not taking deep breaths, and when you start doing it, it really, really, really decreases your stress. It's kind of magical. If you need more energy because you're tired, super tired mom like me, you breathe faster. You breathe a certain way that's like, but there's a certain way to do it, which maybe I can do another training on, so that you don't like hyperventilate and pass out, but you just like do some quick breaths to boost your energy. I personally, to boost my energy, I drink this green tea natural drink every morning. I call it Mama Crack, but it's just basically a natural pre-workout that doesn't make me feel like my heart's pumping out of my chest or I get the jitters. I don't have any of that. And I have it almost every morning. And so like that really helps with my energy. It's natural caffeine from green tea, so that really helps. If you're feeling like sometimes when we're tired and fatigued, that also causes us stress because we're not able to be as productive as we'd like to be. And so doing certain things, I'm going to talk to you tomorrow about my morning ritual, is things that help me get my blood flowing in the morning that not necessarily want to do. I'd rather press snooze 5,000 times, but I do these things because I know it makes me a more productive, happy, relaxed human being for the rest of the day. And then CBD. There's a lot of, I don't know if it's really controversy about CBD. I think there's a lot of misunderstanding about CBD. CBD is derived from marijuana, but is not the derivative that gets you high. That is THC. So CBD is an anti-inflammatory. It reduces stress. It reduces anxiety. It helps with seizures. It is amazing. I have a couple, depending on the day. I have it comes in like a dropper. I'll have a dropper in the morning. And if it's like a super stressful day, there's a lot going on, people driving me crazy, I feel like, the tension's getting high, I'll have like another little droplet. Doesn't get you high. It just makes you feel calm. And not like a calm, like, I don't know if you ever smoke weed, not like a calm where you're just like high or anything. It just relieves that stress so that you can really focus on what's important and what you need to do. They also have it as a topical, which I haven't tried and been meaning to. So if you have any pain in your shoulders and neck or whatever from stress, like the stress in your body, when you have pain in your body like that, it's caused from trauma. Like, and I mean trauma like emotional trauma, like you're holding your stress somewhere, and just like release it. Whether that's yoga is another strategy. For me, a stress management is working out. I work out. I haven't the last 6 weeks because I had, oh, that's another thing that added to that time period of at the end of the school year, is I had major surgery. So I realize this video is getting a little long, but I'm trying to keep it under 20 minutes. So I had major surgery, so I haven't been able to work out, and I can tell that's totally affected my energy levels, which causes a little bit of stress, right? So working out almost every day is like my own personal therapy. Actually, having this group and being able to educate all of you on things I think that are really important for us to live happier, healthier lives physically and mentally and spiritually is actually my therapy as well. But being able to work out and move my body as much as I wake up not wanting to do it, it makes such a huge difference for my mental health as much as my physical health. And so I really, really recommend that. Working out is huge. So that's a few. I could go on and on and on, but I think these are some really easy ones you can implement right away. Journaling, or I'll talk about this again tomorrow. Actually, in the morning, I think of 5 things I'm grateful for. Sometimes I don't have time to write them down, so I think about them while I'm doing something else, while I am taking a shower or making my, what I call mama crack or whatever. I think of what I'm grateful for. At least 5 things. Some days are crazy. Maybe you don't have something not that you don't have anything you're grateful for, but maybe you're just like so stressed and you have so much going on, or so many things going wrong in your life that you really can't think of anything that you're grateful for because you're like, everyone's bugging you, you're frustrated, you hate your job, whatever it is. Like, oh, I'm grateful for this latte, or I'm grateful that I can move, I'm able-bodied, or that I have running water. Like, however simple it might be, like, think of at least 5 things that you're grateful for. It will really, really, really improve your day. And then I want to just give you a little call to action, just a little homework. Come up with a list of triggers. What triggers your stress, anxiety, whatever it is, and then come up with 2 to 3 strategies that either work for you or that you're going to start implementing this week. And I'm really, really excited. So do that. That is also part of the homework, I guess you want to call it, on the scavenger hunt to get you points to earn prizes. So yeah, so make a list of triggers, make a list of strategies. Please post them in the group or comment on this video so I can see them. If you need any help or advice, please let me know. Tomorrow we are talking about sustainable routines. So that I actually have a book. I don't have it with me. It's super cute. It's called My Good Morning. It's a library book. And it just talks about the craziness of, it's a kid's book, but it's like obviously the parents are like struggling to get their kid ready in the day. And it made me realize, like, I get my daughter ready in the morning by myself. And everything in the book was basically what I go through. And in the morning, when you're in the mix of it, you're just like, you feel very isolated and frustrated and like it's crazy. Why am I such in a rush to get out the door in the morning? This is stupid, right? And the book made me realize, like, I'm not isolated alone. Every parent is dealing with the same thing. It's a season of life. Just think of it. It's a season of life. When I'm 80 years old, I'm going to look back at me, like, frustrated at trying to run and chase my naked toddler who's, like, peeing on the rug, while I'm trying to get her anymore in the morning, right? Like, I try to like step back and think of like what my older self would reflect back, like I'm going to miss these days, right? And that really, really helps me just like reflect back, like how silly is it that this is a season of life. I'm not going to be able to hold her much longer, like I'm not going to be able to, chase her around much, like things like that. Like it's going to go by fast, and try to appreciate every moment. Anyway, I hope everyone has a great day. There's a huge panda behind me. My daughter's birthday party was a panda theme, and now I need to get rid of this thing. Anyways, I hope everyone has a great night. Okay?